Now, the most watched news in the Panhandle. News Channel 10 News at noon.
Good afternoon and thank you for joining us on the News at Noon. I'm Rachel Goldhart. Today, Amarillo Crime Stoppers needs your help finding a fugitive wanted for burglary. Take a look at this man. He's 41-year-old Gerald Garcia. Garcia is wanted on a Randall County warrant charging him with burglary of a building. If you know where he might be, you can make an anonymous tip online and earn a reward of up to $300 if your information leads to his arrest. You can also call Amarillo Crime Stoppers at 374-4400. The city of Charlotte, North Carolina is under a state of emergency following the fatal police shooting of an African-American man. The anger over his death fueled violent protests where at least 4 officers were injured and 1 protester was shot. Don Champion has the latest from Charlotte.
The chaos in Charlotte stretched well into the overnight hours as protesters faced off with heavily armed officers. Tear gas filled the air and at least 1 flashbang exploded as officers moved in to clear the streets. The scene played out as anger over the deadly police shooting of Keith Scott spilled onto the streets for a second night. Some demonstrators were arrested peacefully, but damage to businesses and stores in Charlotte's vibrant uptown area mounted. Windows were smashed, even at the Spectrum Sports Arena.
Justice justify everything. If you give the black man justice in accordance to the laws of the land, there'd be no need for this.
At one point, a man was shot in the head by another civilian, drawing raw emotion from this protester.
We came out here for peace. This is not how we succeed. I was wiping off his blood. I was sitting right next to him. There was no life in his eyes.
Fueling the unrest, the different narratives of what led up to Keith Scott's death Tuesday.
I want people to know that we are going to make sure that our investigation is thorough and it's transparent.
Police say the 43-year-old ignored repeated demands to drop a gun when they confronted him at this apartment complex, but family members insist he was holding a book, not a weapon. Don Champion, CBS News, Charlotte.
Hundreds of Tulsa residents packed a church calling for peace after this unarmed black man was shot and killed by police officers last week. Residents say the message and vigil was about healing the community where Terrence Crutcher's death happened. One woman says she's proud that the community is peacefully coming together to make change.
My heart grieves for the Crutcher family, having grown up knowing them in the church community. And I think this is needed. We need to stop the hate and get back to learning to love each other and recognize humanity.
Funeral services for Crutcher are set for Saturday. Students at Durant High School in Oklahoma staged a walkout protest over concerns of possible mold inside their school. Around 200 students and parents protested, saying the school has been keeping quiet about the alleged mold problem. Many parents say the school district hasn't done enough to keep their children safe.
I don't feel comfortable sending my child back to school. He's got asthma. I don't feel comfortable with him breathing that.
The school district superintendent says there is no signs of visible mold, but parts of the school are closed due to a relative humidity problem. The district spokesperson says students will not be suspended for participating in the protest, but they will be marked absent from whatever classes they missed. It may be the first day of fall, but it certainly doesn't feel like it. So when will the cooler temperatures arrive? For a first look at our forecast, let's send it over to meteorologist Alan Gwynn live in the Storm Track Center. Hi, Alan.
Hey there, Rachel. Yeah, still a few more days before we finally get some of those more consistent cooler temperatures. Even the mornings are starting to look a little more on the chilly side as we head towards next week. But let's see what's going on out there right now. And, well, a whole lot of nothing. We've got a super Doppler in motion, and we're not even seeing hardly anything in the way of cloud cover. We've got a lot of sunshine out there today that is helping out with a nice warm up. But what we are tracking is a couple of things. First of all, we've got a big upper level storm system that's located right over in this area. This is around the Pacific Northwest. Now, this is going to team up with a cold front that right now is located just to our north. And as those come together, we will be looking for rain chances to start to pick up. Now, the overall path of this storm system is actually going to be more straight off towards the east, but it's so large that even if it passes us to the north, it'll still give us a chance of a few showers and storms. But as I made my forecast this morning, it looked like those rain chances were kind of coming down just a little bit. But we'll look at all that here in a few minutes. Now back to news.
All right, thank you so much, Alan. Tomorrow is the annual Amarillo Police Department Hamburger and Hot Dog Feast. At the event, there will be hamburgers, hot dogs, sausage wraps, chips, and soft drinks. The APD hosts the event to raise money for the Amarillo Police Benevolence Fund, which helps officers in need. Tickets can be purchased for $7 at Tascosa Road Fellowship and the day of the event. The event will be held at the Amarillo Civic Center Grand Plaza from 11 to 1 p.m. A few construction projects will cause you some delays beginning today. Southwest 10th Avenue is closed between Tyler and Harrison Street as workers lay pavement on the road, and the work is expected to be finished today and the street should reopen tomorrow. Drivers traveling west on 10th Avenue will be detoured to Southwest 8th, while those driving east will be detoured to Southwest 11th. And road construction that will also begin today at the intersection of Western and Farmers Avenue. The city is closing lanes along Western Street for the Arden Road Pipeline project. One lane in both directions on Western Street will remain open for traffic, and the road work will take place from 7 in the morning until 7 in the evening through October 28th.